Hey, Tom, should I take this?
You know what that sound means? What's going on there? Welcome to Fantasy Sports Addicts Anonymous. Jose stepping all over my lines. What's going on?
I was asking about moving the camera so that the pay-per-view is not on, so you don't get in trouble for
that's
copyrights.
Well, I mean, all right. So yeah, Jose's watching pay-per-view. He's watching the fight, and we're just all hanging out watching sports. Saturday night, we're live, hang out. This is it's a deep group we got tonight. We haven't had a hangout like this in a minute. We are missing one little soldier, one little axeman, if you will, the dwarven axeman. He's not around or something. We don't know where little Bronny is, but we got Andrew from Fantasy Aid. How's it going?
Hey.
Awesome. Very, very, very concise answer. Thank you. James Cubby Knoll, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, hi. Vodka tonic, baby. And then Evan, who is he's way east. He's
our friend from the north.
Yes.
How's it going? East, man. I'm so east. So east. I'm good.
Yes. He's in the Maritime provinces. It's so late. We don't even know how he's still awake. It's already like tomorrow.
Like Pepsi Pete. Pete, man. Pepsi Pete's a new, and he's New Brunswicker.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Right. So shout out to all the New Brunswick. Jose, how's it going down there in Florida?
Splendid as splendid can be.
There you go. All right. So we're all hanging out, talking a little fantasy sports. Hopefully you'll join us, join the conversation. Feel free to chime in, comment, subscribe, click that little bell so you get notifications when we do a video. But tonight we're talking all kinds of stuff. Last night we had a whole bunch of basketball news. We'll cover that briefly. It's baseball season. I figure most people want to talk either baseball or coming up here we got football, so we can even have a little bit of that. But feel free to chime in.
And we gotta make fun of the Mets, of course.
All right. Well, we're gonna make fun of who knows, lots. We usually make fun of shit. So just starting off, we'll get into the Kawhi Leonard, Paul George news. If you didn't hear, it's basketball free agency mayhem. LeBron orchestrating his Lakers situation. He gets his Anthony Davis. All right, we got another super team brewing. And, it sounds like, the super team in Golden State's collapsing, perhaps. And Kawhi, there's a lot of news about Kawhi. Like, he's either going to the Lakers or he's going back to Toronto. There's no Clippers, and all this misinformation floating around the internet. It was really kind of
so he's not going to the Clippers.
He is going to the Clippers. There was a lot of confusion. A lot of people were like, "What the fuck is going on?"
What?
This all dropped at like 11 o'clock my time last night.
Okay.
So Kawhi had he's just a sneaky dog. I love it. I love Kawhi.
I heard it was confirmed. He was with the Clippers.
He is. Yeah. But it was just all the speculation leading up to this.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Right.
It was comical. I mean, a lot of people all those fake Twitter accounts.
Yeah.
There's like 1,000 Adrian Wojnarowskis out there he's going here in 3 days, and whoever who reports fake news. I don't know. Russia. It's all Russians probably speculating.
Don't blame them.
Basketball. Fucking Ruskies.
So where is he taking his lap to?
Here's the way he orchestrated this. He kept playing it like a sly dog. Nobody wanted to see Kawhi go team up with old man LeBron. But is he going to come back to Toronto or Raptor? We just won a championship here. So, well, it turns out he's got a little deal orchestrated with Paul George. He wants to play with his buddy PG. And Paul George, gets out of Oklahoma and signed, a little trade with the Clippers. Now we got like little super teams brewing, and of course the Lakers have to make counter moves, and then Clippers are making counter moves. It's all going on at like midnight. The other major free agent, I guess, that you can talk about going to LA. Danny Green went to the Lakers, and he's probably, I mean, I don't know. I don't think Anthony Davis is much of a defender. I think probably Danny Green's possibly the best defender. Feel free to comment or disagree. But yes, now we got 2 new super teams to watch, and Andrew, as you brought up, right?
Mm-hmm.
The NBA is crap. You can't watch it, right? You have no interest.
Like, I have no interest. I never really watched basketball much anyway. I watched it occasionally, but not like seriously. But there's just no point because you know who's going to the playoffs. Yeah, in baseball, there's the Miami Marlins of the world, but they're not the majority of the league.
Right. Now in basketball, we have I believe it's a handful, literally, of teams with all superstars essentially, and then everybody else is just like, well, we suck. You notice I don't wear a lot of Suns gear these days. Like, not a whole. I mean, I love my purple and orange, and I always will. They're always going to be my team, but there ain't a whole lot of pom-pom waving and, hooting and hollering over the Suns these days. So, it's just the nature of the NBA. It's virtually unwatchable if you're not already a major basketball fan. And I think if you are a major basketball fan, you're more inclined probably to watch college basketball. That'd be my guess. But
I will say this: as someone that watched the NBA, and I've been watching the NBA my whole life, my dad, growing up where I did, was a New England fan because when you grow up in the maritime provinces, you cheer for Boston teams.
Right.
That's what you cheer for. So you watch Boston Red Sox, you cheer for the Boston Bruins, you cheer for the Boston Celtics. And my grandmother, in fact, was Boston Irish. So we went down there a lot and watched games. And it was the whole thing. And in school, I never really bought into it. The funny thing is, having watched the Raptors from Sky Dome days, which was embarrassing,
right.
purple dinosaur uniforms aside, them playing in fucking the Sky Dome was pretty fucking sad. And it was like, oh my God, when can they fucking build the fucking thing? And they did it in the late 90s, and they finally got it done. And it hasn't been that long. And it was tough. It was fucking hard. It's been hard being a fucking Toronto Raptors fan for a long time.
Yeah.
And I will say that when people signed Kawhi, when Masai Ujiri signed Kawhi and traded DeRozan, that was a huge thing. It was like a huge big deal in Canada. Like people were like, oh my God. Because mind you, the Raptors are the only team in Canada. So they have a huge fan base spread far and fucking wide, man. Like, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Now,
the entire country, and it's a big fucking country. So here's the thing. When they did it, people said, shut up, fucking don't worry about it. It's professional sports. Get over it. Fuck, this is the way it's done. And Raptors fans had been through this before, as have fucking Blue Jays fans. So, and Maple Leafs fans, for that matter.
Yeah.
So, like, what are you talking about? Are you fucking? Is this the first fucking day you've decided to start watching professional sports? This is how it fucking works. What's wrong with you? What's with the hand wringing and the pearl clutching? Jesus Christ! Fucking wake up! It's a business. Fuck! It's entertainment. Like, come on. This dude has fucking decided to try and get it all. And he did. He fucking did. They won. So fucking shut up. It's great. You got your championship. And to be honest, as someone that watched the Toronto Raptors for a long fucking time and really, God, swear to God, after the last several years of watching them run up against LeBron or whoever every year, go, yeah, they're never gonna win. They're the Toronto Maple Leafs of basketball, basically. Yeah. And I was like, and they did. They fucking did it. And it was like, good, enjoy it. So what? So Kawhi goes to the Clippers. Shut up. You won. You didn't think it was gonna happen. But anyway.
Well,
Enough.
all right. So as then,
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Yeah.
well, all right. So let me ask you then, as a passive basketball fan or a part-time basketball fan, just casually interested, are you satisfied with that one championship? Is that enough? Like, just in the history of the franchise, since you watch as a younger person?
Well, no, as a passive basketball fan, who gives a shit?
Okay.
If someone that's been watching since 1993, yeah, it's pretty great.
Yeah, you got yours. Yeah.
And you know what? It was engaging, man. Dude, I watched that game. The clink, clink, clink in against the Sixers. Dude, that was a heavy motherfucking moment in professional sports in Canada.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, there were people all over this country when that shot went in that freaked the fuck out. Like, it was a big shot, man. It was huge. Like, it's like
The great
people
Canadian
like
riots.
were like, I knew. Yeah, no. The Canadian love-in, like there were people of stories like that had weddings going on, like weddings.
Oh man.
Like there were, I heard and there would be like, it would be your congratulations, your man and wife. Now let's celebrate. And people would all be like checking their phones, and it'd be like, oh my God, can we just put the goddamn game on the TV?
We want the game.
And they did. Like, I heard a story of a woman in Burlington. It was like a Pakistani wedding, and they were all like, holy fuck, no, shut the shit down. We gotta watch this wedding. And they did. And they were like, and then the game and the Kawhi shot happened, and they were like, yes, let's dance. And like, people freaked the fuck out. That was a big moment for people that have been painfully listening to, the Raptors are one and done, blah, blah. Another year, Raptors in the playoffs, so what? They're going to be out in the first or second round. Who gives a shit? And I was one of those guys that watched them play the Milwaukee Bucks and said, yeah, there's no way they beat the Bucks. There's no way they beat the Bucks. And then when they won 4 games in a row against the Bucks, dude, I was like, holy shit. Yeah, bring on Golden State. They can beat them. Yeah, they can beat them. If they can beat Giannis, yeah, fuck yeah. That was exciting, man. It was really exciting as a Canadian basketball fan. And my dad was an amazing basketball player. Like, basketball is pretty huge in Canada.
Okay.
And that was, it was a heavy moment, man. So, Kawhi's gone. Good for him. I love him. He's a great, I love athletes like Kawhi. I like cheering for people like him. You can say what you want about him. He's kind of the anti-fucking hero a little bit, but I like him.
Well, he brought you a championship, and that's all you can say. I mean, that's
we'll take it. We'll take it. Yep.
I
think that's the attitude from people I know in Canada right now. Is like, we'll take it. That's fine. Good. Thank you, Kawhi. It was great. It was fun.
That makes sense. That feels a little bit like the Diamondbacks championship. I tell you what, I'll take a one and done from the Suns any goddamn year. Like, I mean, we've had so many times.
Playoff. You'll take getting more than you'll take doing anything better than what you're doing.
It was Bronson.
Yeah, all right. So that little chirpy. It sounds like an ant speaking. Talk into the microphone, son. There is our dwarven axeman.
Yeah, put the axe down.
What happened to your hair?
What hair?
You dumbass.
Okay, well, I've been. All right, this is an interruption to the broadcast. I've been in the hospital almost 3 months. I felt like I just needed to change it up. I went to a professional.
No. Get rid of it. It's getting canned. Get rid of it.
No, it's staying, man. I went to a real gentleman's barber shop with a pole and the chairs and the hot towel and the razor and everything, and it was glorious. It was glorious. And then
it's a good thing.
I mean, I'm like, wow, like, because I haven't cut my own hair. Well, I've been cutting my own hair since, I don't know, like about at least 15 years now. I'm lazy, so I grow it out. It looks like shit, and I shave it. But now I got a little style. I look a little classier here. I classed it up a bit.
You look bad.
All right, and then I got my style.
Well,
My
I'm not gonna lie to you, my friend. You look bad.
No. I got my stylist.
Wow.
My style or at least my guru Cubby. He's like, and now you got to shave.
Yep.
Well, yes, you do need to do that. Yeah, that's the thing.
Well, here we go.
There you go.
Baby. What are you?
He pressed the
You don't know
reset.
shit. What are you talking about, baby?
Press the reset. Yeah, fucking what does Bronson
You
know?
look good, baby. What are you talking about? Tommy boy looks good here. He's living spree tea.
Bronson shaves with an axe. What the fuck does he do?
Hey, it takes me 30 minutes to shave. Fuck off.
Oh man, yeah, he's got to like unfurl the beard, get the axe out, and start like whack. It's on a tree stump because Bronson's only like 4 feet tall. There's like a stump that's 3.5 feet tall. So he puts the beard out, just chops it around, just shaves. That's Bronny shaving.
Oh, okay. Who wants to hear story time?
Well, all right, let's wait on the story. Bronny, you're our basketball enthusiast. You are the source of all basketball information for fantasy sports addicts. Outside of Paul George and Kawhi and the Clippers, and then, of course, Danny Green going to the Lakers. And if I'm not mistaken, little Boogie in the Lakers now?
Yeah, that's what happened.
What else do we have? Give us the latest NBA news.
And nobody to the Knicks.
That one bum guy, Sam Johnson, my boy, got a $8 million deal from the Raptors.
Okay.
So the replacement to Kawhi is Stanley Johnson. There we go.
Maybe you will get your Stanley action. We did lose
Maybe he won't be bad for once because he's been bad his whole career.
Well, as a U of A product, I think that could change. I think maybe with a little proper tutelage or maybe just some playing time. Your boy,
he definitely didn't get playing time in
Detroit.
And like he didn't like.
Did Bronny chase Andrew away?
Might have.
Oh, whatever. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, fuck it. Don't worry about it.
Nah, don't worry about it.
It's Saturday night. Nobody gives a shit. We're live, baby.
It's all right for fighting.
Yeah, it's Saturday night. It's all right for fighting. You know what else it's good for? Strutting and dancing. Yeah. You got Hey, James, you got the fever?
Yes.
Are you ready to strut?
Nah, you can strut.
Okay, you got to strut.
You look like you're ready to strut. Clean shave.
Dude,
Yeah.
Honestly, all right. So I got all gussy. Like I was wearing a collared shirt and shit. Like I looked good. Like I was like, damn, I smell good. I look good. And I'm like, I got nothing to fucking do. I got nobody to hang out with. Everybody's got some shit going on, or they moved the hell away, or I've alienated them and whatever. No girl wants to talk to me.
Could have went to the mall and just free stalking people. Hey,
Just start strutting at the mall, like, hey, how you doing?
Hey, baby,
Yeah.
what's your name?
Just pop the collar a little bit.
Hey, baby, what's your name?
I probably could have picked up a girl at the mall, but that ain't my thing.
Or a dude. Doesn't
Well,
matter.
yeah. I mean, that's not my personal preference, but
But you could take
you could pick. There are human beings of all types at the mall, and you could choose one to bring one home if you so chose.
Yeah.
We got to be PC these days. Don't break it. Don't break your PCs, everybody. But yeah, so Bronny, what's the latest? Let's get an update, a story from the great Bronson, because Bronny hasn't been around this baseball season. He graduated high school. We've all been, we kicked him out of the leagues, the poor kid, and he's still here like a fucking badass. So let's hear about it. All right, and first I want to mention, last I heard from Bronny, he was looking for a job. He had applied at the Dunkin' Donuts, but somehow expected that, like, you turn in the application and then the job it's like bequeathed to you. And like, it just comes down and then you have that, like, but that's your job, right? Because you put a paper there. And I was like, no, that's not how it works, buddy. So update us on the job thing. I'm assuming you're still just the dwarven axeman. Like chopping things with your axe, right? Or what's going on? Give us the update. Give us the brawny.
What's that?
The brawny, I guess. Brawny!
No, I don't think that's Bronny. Evan, what the hell are you doing?
I think that was me. Sorry.
Well,
I dropped my
Brawny,
headphone.
maybe Brawny died. I don't know. We can't. Brawny's gonna drop out. We can't hear him. He'll come back. Whatever. It's all good. Good kid. He's good. He's good people. We love him. Yeah, anyways, when Brawny gets back, we'll hear his story. We'll hear his life updates. I don't know. It's midsummer. Anybody else? Anybody got like any updates before we go into baseball? Like, you know, it's the All-Star break almost coming up here. We had 4th of July, Independence Day for us Americans. You know, anybody want to take a moment to update like what's going on with you?
Oh, are we gonna have a moment of silence for Bobby Bonilla Day?
Oh, Bobby Bonilla Day. All right, everybody have a moment of silence for the money that the Mets, not the Mets, the mess.
The mess.
The mess. The New York Mets are still playing.
In Queens, not
Yeah.
not in the Bronx. Not in the Bronx, in Queens.
Yes, that's somehow that franchise is not folded. But the Mets,
I don't see how they haven't.
they're
They're run horribly.
it hasn't been pretty. And when it looks good, it's like a I don't know, it's like that episode of The Simpsons where Homer's trying to build the barbecue and he gets like halfway through it and he's looking at the box and he thinks, you know, you think he's got it done, but it's like a pile of crap. And he's like, why must my every attempt at, he's like bashing things and going, but that's what the Mets are. They like look good, like things are good, maybe. And then like the end of August or September rolls around, and then it's just like
I actually thought they were going to have a good year this year. I actually was telling
what?
my Met friends. Yeah, I actually thought they were going to have a good year. I really did.
And what were you smoking when that was going on?
I don't smoke.
Well, what were you in the room with someone who was huffing or painting or something?
That might have been.
There was a lot of paint in the air that night, and I decided the Mets were going to win the National League East. Yeah, yeah.
The East is stacked. The East is stacked.
I was going to say, you know, DeGrom and
Thor,
you know,
Syndergaard.
well, Syndergaard, does he even count this year? Is he really counting much?
And you have.
I mean, it's basically the Alonso show co-starring DeGrom. And,
Yeah.
like, you can't win with two players on a 25-man roster.
But they have Kano in his contract.
Oh, I'll chime in on the mess for a second.
There we go.
Please
I
do.
saw a stat the other day. It wasn't like a 10-game stretch. Like this sample size was like nearing 2 months, over a month at least. That the Mets
I'll be back.
bullpen ERA is like 9 in their last like
Wow.
40 games. It's insane.
Wow.
And I think they're on pace to have like the worst bullpen ERA in like more than 50 years or something.
Holy
For 50 years.
Yeah.
That is
something like that. Like their bullpen ERA is well over 5.
fuck. That is
And like I said, their bullpen ERA 9 for like their past 30 games or something.
wow.
James, I know you're a baseball Twitter guy. So
Yes.
have you seen the Mike Francesca thing where he like watches it and Edwin Diaz meltdown? You know?
No, I
No.
haven't seen that.
I had that game on.
You didn't see that one? That's pretty good. That's a pretty good one. It's like, because you know who Mike Francesca is, right?
Yeah, he's a fucking tard.
Mike Mad Dog. Yeah. So if you listen to WFNN, growing up, you're gonna listen to Mike and the Mad Dog, and
Oh yeah,
Mike
Yeah.
Francesca's he's this idiot. Yeah,
He's an asshole. I don't like him.
Yeah, no, I don't hate him. He whatever.
But I actually did
Knob,
feel
though.
bad for him. I feel bad for him when he did that rant. Because the Mets
So
are
he's talking. Like he's doing his show. He's doing his.
Oh wait,
podcast
I think I
where-
did. I did see that. Where
God,
he's
he's
doing it,
watching
and then
the-
like
watching
he's got the
Mets
game on in
blow
the
up the
background. Yeah,
Yes, yes, exactly.
And he just
He goes,
kind of
"They
goes,
should
"Here we
fire
go."
the whole team.
Yeah,
They should fire the whole fucking team. It's like,
yeah, he loses his mind. I mean,
it's awesome.
they made a big play for Edwin Diaz, and they're about to remove him from the closer's role.
Who they gonna
Jeez.
Yeah. Imagine
Um,
that. Imagine investing that much money in a closer.
Well, it's
And
just
then
another
not
reminder,
knowing, wow,
don't fuck dick
funny.
around with closers early in the
Yeah,
draft.
It's
It's funny. It's almost as if paying for relief pitchers is a bad idea.
It typically doesn't end well unless you have the few elite guys out there
right.
with a long track record. Like Diaz was elite last year, but the track record was 2 years old.
Yeah, I mean, he did not have. I liked him. I liked him when we first remember. Again, that was the game I called the Cubs winning the World Series.
Yeah,
but
when he's with Seattle. Now, I haven't looked at his profile, but
Yeah.
his surface numbers were just ugh.
they just went.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it's
but that's-
bad when your bullpen ERA is 9 in the past 30 days, and you're gonna get removed from your role.
Yeah, like who the fuck is gonna take your spot?
who's
They're-
waiting? In
you know what
the
they're gonna
wings?
do? They're gonna goddamn move my goddamn DeGrom to the goddamn bullpen.
Who's waiting in the wings?
So what? He's gonna go from the ninth inning to what? The seventh inning, the sixth inning.
I don't
The
know. They
minor
were
leagues?
just talking about it. I don't know their bullpen the names at all, other than Lugo. But
The only one I can think is Swarzak, but he's not with them no more. They traded him.
Yeah.
Lugo's actually been pretty good, but
Seth Lugo. Is this Seth?
yes, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was Gilbert Lugo.
But everyone else is just it's pretty bad. And so yeah, like I was telling before we got on about how their GM had a closed door meeting after I guess tonight's game or maybe it was last night's game, and he
Jeez.
chucked a chair across the room.
Yeah.
And RotoWare already has a fucking shirt with a chair in the middle of it,
Meet
with
the
Mets-
mess.
with Mets font and stuff.
Mr. Matt.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
pretty
man.
great. No, but I'm actually with Jose. I was listening to Jose earlier. I thought the Mets would be solid this year. They had that's why the GM's pissed. Not that they'd win the division, but they have more talent. They have enough talent. They shouldn't be this bad. You think just talent, not results they've got so far. But DeGrom, Thor, Wheeler, that's a solid top three.
Off for NLL Rookie of the Year, right?
Yeah, Alonso before Cano just
Jesus Christ.
realized he was a has-been. But yeah, Alonso, Cano, McNeil is in the same company as DiMaggio for hits in his first 160 games. Conforto, Nemo before he got hurt. They had some talent where you thought they'd at least be 500, right? That's
Yeah.
a reasonable expectation.
Well, that's
But they're
yeah.
but they're 10 under or 12 under, whatever they are. They're buried in fourth place. So I'm curious to see if they sell some of the parts they just purchased. So maybe Diaz goes to a contender. That'd be wild if they flipped them already.
I mean, that's aggressive to
They'd be flipping him for a loss though, with how he's pitched.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, they would. But at the same
That
time,
organization works.
there's got to be a team that's he was just incredible and he's not old. He still has value. It's lower than it was, but
how old is he? What is he? 24?
you get pennies on the dollar for him if you're a contender. But they got to do something because they're that classic team that's stuck in the middle. You know what I mean? They're not full blown rebuild, but they're damn sure not win now.
Well, all right. So let's try to think here. Let's think creatively. We're the GM. We're the new GMs of the Mets, or at least the management team there.
The
What
guy's
do
name's
we? What?
Brody. I mean, what they expect?
Yeah,
The only
it's
Brody
Brody.
The only Brody I respect died in a surf in Point Break. That's the only Brody I respect.
All right, but like for a second here, let's try to think into the minor system here. Like, what do they even have
I
in
don't
the
know
minor
the system
leagues?
at all. Honestly, I don't know.
I mean,
they have what is it? It's either Ronnie, it's either Luciano
Jimenez? Isn't it Jimenez?
Jimenez is there, but he's had a down year already. His stock's already fallen. But no,
Oh,
but they have another guy. It's either
Is it-
Luciano or Mauricio. One of the two. I was getting
Yes.
confused.
Yeah.
He's the Giants guy.
No, like I said, one's Mauricio, one's Luciano. I forget which one's on the Mets.
I think
But
Luciano is. I
but-
might be misremembering, but I think he's a Giant.
Okay, then maybe it's Mauricio, but he's about the only name I don't know their system like at all. So
I mean, that's
shame on me, I guess.
Prospect.
well,
Yeah.
but that's when you're looking at that.
239.
Yeah, Jimenez
Ouch.
has been bad this year. I already dropped him in a couple places.
When you're looking at a team with like no depth, no. All right, like we're talking about like top down, like major leagues to the minor leagues, almost no depth. Your best situation is you got a handful of good pitchers that have shaky health histories, and then this really elite young guy who probably has the most trade value of any player on the roster. If you were going to look at like a wholesale rebuild, like let's get a bunch of some anything. You can't move Alonso though. So like, what the fuck do you do? Do you move a DeGrom? Do you move a Thor? Do you move all your pitching? Including Wheeler, and then like hopefully you get a little piece of something that you can build. I mean, because it seems like they're not even drafting properly somehow.
Well, they did. Kalenic was great, but they traded him.
But they moved him, and they moved
Yeah.
Justin Dunn, another good prospect.
Okay. All right. What? Remind
That
me
was in the
again. The
Diaz
Kellenic.
moves and shit.
Oh, that's right. Jesus.
Who?
Like when they acquired Diaz, or Diaz, however you pronounce it, I think it
Oh,
was
two
Kellenic
guys.
and Justin Dunn, which are like two stud prospects.
And that's Depoto's in Seattle, right? What's
Yes,
DeBozo.
DeBozo, as I like to call him.
He
Well,
is
he-
a fucking bozo.
Well, he used to be a D-backs front office guy, but he, man, that's
But no, I
fleecing.
remember-
That's fleecing the Mets, basically.
I remember at the time when the trade was made, people were calling it at the time, so it's not even hindsight. They're like, "Whoa, actually, kudos to Dipoto getting those two for a relief pitcher."
Yeah,
Because
right.
again, like I don't care, how elite you are as a relief pitcher. There's only a handful that don't fold in a few years or don't have a short shelf life. Like,
yeah,
heck yeah, I'll give you Diaz for possibly two corner pieces.
yeah. I mean, if you can get prospects, it's a relief pitcher. This is a saves hold leagues for Christ's
I was
sake.
about to say, like, let's say GMs would be wise to real life GMs would be wise to treat relief pitchers like save hold leagues treat relief pitchers in the trade market.
Yeah, you just find some guy in a bullpen somewhere in like the independent league or the Mexican league and like sign him for like league minimum, pitch 1 year, and that's it. Try to trade him.
Well, remember when the Mets traded what the hell was his name? The knuckleballer pitcher. That's how they got Syndergaard.
And that was a great move.
Yeah, that was a great move for the Mets.
They sold high, and they got
Everyone
a youngster.
I was like, who the hell is Syndergaard?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, he won the Cy Young, the knuckleballer, I think.
Yeah. You are a Dickie.
Yeah, Dick.
Oh,
yeah.
all right. Wait. Do you guys remember the picture with Dickie doing the interview in the Mets locker room? And like I forget who it is. It's coming out of the shower, but it's like Dickie, a microphone, and then somebody's dick right next to his face.
Oh yeah.
That you gotta love the internet when you can find shit like that. Yeah, it's pretty good, baby.
And of course, every time I think of the Mets, because myopic point of view, because I'm a Cubs fan, I think of the 2015 NLCS, and I remember just during that series when they just obliterated the Cubs, the thought was, well, here they are. The Mets are here to stay. They got that killer young rotation.
Oh, God, yeah.
DeGrom, Syndergaard, Harvey, Matz.
And it was
You
just
thought they were just
trash.
set up. to just have constant playoff appearances. And you fast forward a few years later, they've been trash. Like it's just funny how it changes so quickly. That's why, even though I've been frustrated with the Cubs this year, like I still appreciate this winning window because there's other teams like the Pirates popped up, gone. Other teams just popped. Like it's very hard to sustain success. So you gotta appreciate while you have it.
Yep. Look at Houston. Holy shit, they were losing forever, and now
They were boat trash, yeah. But now they're deep too. Like good farm system. Like I mean, they're the class of the league. Them and the Dodgers. I hate to say it, but the Dodgers got youngsters waiting in the wings and money.
And so do the Rays.
And what's the Rays? God, if they would just spend a little, my God.
They would be so good. They would be so good.
Yeah, it'd be nice. Like the Morton signing. That might be the signing of the offseason.
Morton for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, and we all laughed at it. We were like, oh, what a stupid.
Yeah, I think he's like top 10 or close to top 5 starting pitcher based on like the numbers. He's been so good.
I know I love trading for him. I mean, in my the handful of dynasty leagues like that we've got, I went crazy buying old people.
Yeah, I got one share. I moved him in F&A because he said he's retiring after next year, and I'm not gonna turn down Macho.
Oh yeah. I mean, again, I threw all my chips across the table just to win, so fuck it. But yeah, I mean,
he's been great.
Yes, he has. So great. So, yeah, I mean, it's been pretty crappy for the Mets. We'll say that. The mess.
The mess.
But that happens. And then
we got one more day till we can't see baseball till like Friday. Well, like you know what I mean.
Yeah, because we get the All-Star break.
We got the All-Star break and everything.
Now, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do, fellas?
I'll be working, so.
Well, you're gonna be working, but I mean, what do you do in this span of time? What's the proper?
I rewatch games.
This is kind of like what I'm really not my last, but one of my last moments of really roster baiting and seeing how I can tighten the screws. Just because you're not watching, so you're like, all right, see if I can make some trades and then be, almost like real life, like be set up for the stretch run or whatever,
Yeah, that's exactly where I'm at. Same thing. You're like, all right, I need a little bit of this. You're looking at the like rotisserie type standings, maybe even. Like,
which are helpful,
Yeah, you're like, okay, I could pick up a little of this. I definitely need some stolen bases, yada yada. So then you kind of go target what you need accordingly, and like hopefully you still got the currency left in the bank. Like I'm starting to look around like, God, I traded a lot, but I've got a lot. So it's like, am I at max capacity here? Is this what I'm going into the playoffs with, or I squeeze one more little piece in there, And you're always wondering what it is. Like real major league teams, it's always like go stock up your bullpen. Of course, in a fantasy team, you're doing that like off the waiver wire.
Yeah,
I didn't get enough accolades for my waiver wire claims.
Shouldn't have got
it. I did need the bullpen arm, but I was expecting a little. Did you see how much I bid?
I saw that. I was like, good God, dude.
Well, I thought I was up against somebody. I wanted to make sure I got him.
I saw him. I just passed him over. But
who was it? Who was it that you was talking
Andrew about? Miller was like available everywhere.
I mean, like again, Cubby craps on it, but like the trend.
And Nate.
Okay, and Nate.
I wasn't crapping on the pickup as much as crapping on accolades that you thought were warranted
for doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, not so much the pickup; it's more so like.
Well, no, I mean, again, I wasn't actually thinking like a full fucking parade here. I'm just thinking like, Tom, one more bullpen piece deep, and all right, you're really starting to put it together. We noticed you were a little loosey-goosey in the back end there, hanging out. Your balls are flopping around.
So how much?
Well, let's go ahead. Sorry.
How much
No.
did you pick from?
Oh, I bid like all right. So our free
Well, no
agent
one else
acquisition,
bid.
yeah,
So you
nobody
got
ended
for
up bidding.
zero.
Yeah, and I had the waiver priority, so I got them for nothing. But I was worried. I saw you made a drop, and because of our free agent acquisition bidding setup on the waiver wire, I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I need a guy that's getting saves holds with strikeouts and pretty clean ratios. And right now, not earlier in the season. Obviously, there's a reason why he's on the waiver wire. But right now, the ratios are clean again. So I'm looking at Andrew Miller like, okay.
Ask Andrew. Andrew, what do you think?
$301 was my free agent bid. And I got it for nothing.
For Miller, I mean,
I know he's been pitching better lately, but what do you think? Rest of the season?
yeah, but I mean, they're at this point, the Cardinals have their relievers they rely on, and Miller's kind of not outside of that group, but he's not the go-to guy anymore.
See, the news I'm seeing is that he's now getting a lot more run.
Well, Jordan Hicks is hurt. Everyone's going to be moved up a little bit. Now, and obviously, Hicks is out for the season, so that applies for the rest of the season. But
that's all I need, baby. That's all I need. Win the whole fucking thing. That's my goal.
Well, after you got to think after coming out of the All-Star break, we'll start seeing more trades in real life.
Yeah.
So we got a bunch of different teams represented by each of us. So I won't go first, but let's just go around the room. Your team, and then we'll go to Jose. Your D-backs, Tom. Jose's Yankees. Evan is Blue Jays.
Yeah.
And Andrew's Cardinals. Of course, I'm a Cub. So
that's pretty wide mix. Pretty well represented.
Yeah, so let's just bullshit. Let's just bullshit a little bit about what do you think your team is going to do in the trade market after once we come on the All-Star break, buy, sell. What do they need? Yada yada. So Tom, as a D-backs fan, what would you like to see the D-backs do coming out of the break, heading towards the deadline?
Are they buying or are they selling?
And if so, what would you like them to get either way?
Okay, so now you work with a bunch of the fantasy front office guys.
Who are D-backs? Yeah. Three of those guys are heavy D-backs fans like myself. We've had obviously the standout player probably of the year with Kettle Marte, who's at bat right now. In my God, I mean, I'd love to be able to build around him, but this franchise has never successfully built around a player. I mean, they've never had that superstar piece where they kept them long enough to like really put the team together. They've never had good decision making. Now we've got we turn over our front office so much. There was one thing I could change about the D-backs permanently. It would be the front office and the ownership. That'd be what I'd trade. So where do they sit now? I know they're obviously out of the West division, but aren't they kind of within striking distance of the wild cards?
Yeah, they're close, but it's.
So what are you thinking? Buy or sell? And if they're doing one or the other, what would you advise? What would you like to see them do, whether they're buying or selling?
I would like to see them get an outfield bat.
If they're buying?
If they're buying. I don't know what's available in terms of outfield bats, like outfield power. But that's what I would like to see if we were going to go all in. Like
get you some Castellanos.
Ooh, that would be. That'd be okay.
Bozo moves Domingo. Who knows?
Well, yeah, that would be Domingo. Would be. I mean, the thing about Domingo is we already have a Domingo sitting at AAA right now. Except he can't run; he's too fat. The Cuban guy, Yasmani Tomas.
Yasmani Tomas. Yeah.
So I mean, we could, Tomas, he can't field, and like Domingo can't field very well.
No, I read Domingo has the lowest defensive run save of any outfielder.
Yeah, I think it's 10 is what I saw, something
it's
like that.
It's really bad. Yeah,
I didn't even know he was still around. Yasmani Tomas.
I mean, oh yeah, he's still around. We're still paying his fat ass. Can't play third, can't play the outfield, can't fucking.
But you're
the D-back. You're the D-backs GM. You're looking yourself in the mirror. Are you buying? Or are you selling?
I'm selling. And Hazen has said
what are you moving? And what do you want to? What are you trying to do?
Well, all right. I'm definitely moving. Definitely moving Greinke.
I knew you were going to say Greinke.
I mean, Greinke's gone immediately. I don't care how much salary.
He's having a
Yeah.
great year.
Yeah, the fact that he's having a great year is, I mean, again, frees us of those salary obligations where it's like, well, the D-backs are going to have to eat salary. We may still have to eat some to get a package of prospects, but
that's fine. Yeah.
the fact that he's doing so well means we're not going to have to move, pay as much. So, absolutely move Greinke. I'd probably move Ray.
It's a shame Holland has sucked lately because he would have had
His value would have been nice.
To move. Yeah.
Bradley's trash. You can't really do anything with him. I think he's just. I hate to say it. I'm a huge Bradley fan. I think Bradley just.
Where would you move Greinke? Because Greinke does not do good in big cities.
Well, he did fine in L.A.
That's
I
true.
mean, honestly, I'd move him to L.A. If we could get like something built around like Gavin Lux and maybe a Verdugo or something
so
crazy.
Luxurious.
It'd be luxurious to get a Verdugo and a. I mean, it'd be way too much, obviously, to get. I mean, should have drafted the kid, but we ain't getting Bellinger. But no, I mean, I'd like to see. I'd like to see Greinke go. I'd like to see. We do have some very effective bullpen pieces, like Andrew Chafin and.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll move something like that, probably.
So yeah, I wouldn't mind clearing out some pitching. And honestly, like, if I was just coming in, taking over the team, and I was just looking at what we had, Escobar's out, I'd move David Peralta. I'd move.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love to try to build around Kettle. That would be my goal, but I also see how Kettle would bring us the hugest return right now.
Yeah,
I mean,
but I don't think you can't do that.
No, I'd probably keep Kettle for the fans. Just be like, look, we still have a good thing here. We're going to build around Kettle or Cattell.
And the D-backs do have a couple high upside guys that are a couple years away, but I love Varsho and Christian Robinson.
Yeah, Robinson's quite a ways away, but yeah, Varsho I like. I mean, what's his name? God. Now I can't think of our shortstop, dude. Fucking Jazz.
Yeah,
Buckets
of Chisholm.
Yeah, he's the Chismop. Chismopper. I mean, he's quite a bit away from being a polished product, but he can hit for power, but he can't hit for average. I think he's batting about $177 right now. I don't know what his slash line is. Somebody's more versed in that. I'll have to give that to me. But so Jazz Chisholm's our top prospect, and we got our pitching prospects aren't even that good either. What's his name? Got good strikeouts, but his ERA is 8.5. What's his name? I mean, again, the system's not deep. We've got a handful of interesting pieces. The good stuff is further down. The team needs to be blown up, but our GM, Hazen, says he's not likely to do anything like that. He doesn't seem like he's inclined to do the whole tanking like the Cubs and the Astros kind of route. So, I mean, I'd blow it up, but that's just me. What about you, Jose? What would you do for your
Yeah, I mean, the Yankees are obviously by now. What do the Yankees need, Jose, to kind of tighten the screws?
Everyone knows what we need. We need starting pitching. And
okay.
now the problem is the Nats are winning. So they're not going to get rid of Scherzer. The word out Scherzer. We were going to do a package for Scherzer, but since they're winning, they're not going to sell. So I don't know.
Well, I got a Greinke for you.
I don't want he'll do dick in New York. He will not do good in New York.
No, I mean if I don't know what the trade package would be, but it'd definitely be built around Frazier. I'll tell you that much.
Frazier is gone. He has everyone pissed off. He has the media pissed off. He has management pissed off. He has Michael Kay, the fucking announcer, all pissed off.
They can move Florio. They can move Devi. I mean, they got some pieces.
I mean, you get a nice package for whatever you're getting, I guess. So, all right. So starting pitching.
I'm trying to think of something. Yeah, some starting pitchers that are. I mean, is New York on Mad Bum's no trade?
Yeah, he is. He's in no trade. But the Mad Bum has almost all the teams that are winning. He has them on there because the word is that he wants a contract. when he gets moved.
Well, and that's why a lot of these players update their no trade clauses, is because those are the teams they're willing to go to, but they want some do-re-mi out of it.
Yeah.
Side note on Bumgardner, he got removed from today's game against the Cardinals. He got hit by a comebacker.
Oh.
Yeah, and his pitching elbow, I think.
What?
That's not good.
Yeah. Oh, scratch him off the board.
Yeah, I was gonna say that must suck for San Francisco.
Now, would there ever be kind of like the Cubs Sox with Eloy? Would there ever be an intercity trade with the Yanks and Mets for a Wheeler or a
Mets
Thor?
fans hate us. I don't think they would go for Thor. They would go for what's his name?
Wheeler.
Wheeler.
Okay.
Hey, Wheeler's bouncing back, baby. I love him. Yeah, he's bouncing back.
The Wheelers keep on turning.
Yeah.
Somewhat.
So starting pitching, yeah, that makes sense. They definitely need it. I mean,
and if they do get a starting pitcher, whoever they trade for, I guarantee you they're gonna ask for a bullpen piece.
Yeah,
that works. Probably. I mean, everybody needs a little of that. We just lost Evan. Evan dropped out. Hopefully, he's in the further than East Coast time.
1 a.m. his time. Yeah.
All
right, let's bounce to Andrew, our resident Cardinals fan. Puke. They're obviously in the race because every NL Central team is in the race.
Right, air quotes in the race.
If you were the Cardinals GM, what would you do? Buy, sell, and what would you want to see them do?
There's too many leaks on the ship that we can't fill. And there wouldn't be if I was the GM and I could take back two things. Genesis Cabrera and Royal Ramirez for Tommy Pham.
Yeek, yeah.
And John Torres and Connor Capel, who? For Oscar Mercado.
Ooh, Mercado, yikes.
Yeah, you know what? There are too many holes in your dike.
Bader is great with the glove, but he can't hit a barn.
See, I thought you said he was Mr. Power. All I heard beginning of the year was Bader.
Master Bader.
You were roster Badering.
Dexter Fowler is Dexter Fowler. Tyler O'Neill hasn't been given a fair shot, but he hasn't produced when he has.
So it sounds like you're leaning sell. Sounds like you're leaning sell.
And we would never win a playoff series with Wainwright and Walker in the rotation.
Yeah.
Well, what movable pieces? What sellable trade pieces do they have?
Jose Martinez.
To
Martinez
to an American League team. Yeah, good. Yes. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, and besides that, we don't have a lot of guys unless we wanted to move some bullpen guys like John Gant or John Brebbia, but we just don't have a lot to sell either. So, I mean, Jose Martinez is the obvious, but I can't see any other obvious ones besides that.
I wouldn't mind us getting J-Mark, but how is his health?
Oh, he's fine. He just can't field. He's better suited for the AL.
He's a DH, yeah.
No, I meant. Oh, I thought you meant Martinez, the pitcher.
No, Carlos Martinez. No. I think he's still in the bullpen. They need to start stretching out the starter. We need to get either Walker or Wainwright out. But
okay. I thought that's what you meant, Seymour. Like, yeah, we'll take Seymour, but I don't know if he's going to be a starter.
Yeah,
we could trade Seymour and maybe Brady.
Realistically, we're only in the division because everybody else sucks as much as us.
Yep,
correct.
Well, you're basically waiting for the other Phoenix kid. Well, everybody.
Gorman.
Yeah, the Gorman show. But I wanted to say something here as a person from Phoenix. Why the goddamn hell aren't the Diamondbacks drafting anyone from Phoenix or Arizona? That's it. Andrew, continue.
Yeah, so it's just but the thing is, I don't know. I think they would be scared to sell because of the reaction from Cardinals fans, because this was supposed to be, we got Goldschmidt, we got Miller, we loaded up, we're gonna get back in the playoffs. But It's not working. And Cardinals fans haven't gone through a rebuild in years.
Can you go through a retooling? Is there a retooling possible?
I mean, we do have some good young guys. I've really been encouraged by what Tommy Edmonds done in the last couple days. But we need to develop pitchers. It seems like we develop these pitchers and they're great when they first come up. Waka was amazing. Seymour, everyone was so flashy.
Yeah.
But we can't keep them consistently good.
Well, health is an issue, obviously, with pitching, and my God, it's destroyed us all. Now, Cubby, I know this is going to be good.
What's up?
Tell us.
My turn.
OGM of the new GM of the Cubs. What would you do with that franchise?
Man, I mean, the easy answer, because they're as of the second in first place by half a game, would be to buy. And I'll just act from the buying perspective. They need a left-handed specialist. They need one badly out of the bullpen.
Will Smith.
So whether that's a Will Smith, that's Brad Hand, someone of that ilk, that would be fantastic. However, there's going to be a ton of contenders competing for their services, and the Cubs farm system is getting better, but they don't have the bullets that some of these other contenders have when it comes to prospects. But that would be the number one thing if they were buying. Get a left-handed specialist and another bat, because the bottom of the order is fucking dog shit.
Yeah.
You get past the sixth bat or sometimes even the fifth bat, it's automatic outs. You're running out fucking Almora, Addison Russell, just all these slapdick motherfuckers, and it's just automatic outs at the bottom of the lineup. So they need to, if they're going to buy, they also need to add a bat. I don't know if that's Whit Merrifield, which I would love at leadoff, or if that's Castellanos, as we affectionately call him.
The castle in my anus.
I would.
You talking about Castellano?
Yeah, Castellanos. I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind Trey Mancini. Those are some bats that might be available on some shitty teams. Then on the flip side, there's a part of me, in light of their terrible play the last 40 games, that's like that madman on the stock show. Sell.
Money man, yeah.
See what you can get for Chris fucking Bryant. I know that sounds blasphemous. That sounds ridiculous.
It is.
But he's an all-star. He has 2 more seasons of cheap control. They could take a step back to maybe.
Is it really only 2 seasons? I thought they had more than that.
He's under contract through 2021, so he's a free agent just before the 2022.
Because remember the uproar, when they kept him down.
Yeah. I mean, that was in 2015, dude. So by the time he's a free agent, he'll have played.
Damn, was it that long ago? Holy shit!
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
This is his 5th season. He's 27 now. So he's in his prime. I wouldn't want them to trade him, but if, let's say, they shit the bed the next 3 weeks leading up to the deadline, and they're 3 or 4 games back, I wouldn't scoff at it if they decided to move a Bryant for like someone's farm, basically. That's why I put that stupid Twitter poll. I was like, Chris Bryant for Wander Franco, McKay, and Bruhan.
I mean, that is a relatively fascinating trade.
You know what I mean? Like, Dynasty, I'd say no. But in real life, would the Rays say no if they're in the hunt? I don't know. Their third baseman, I believe, is hurt, Yandy Diaz. And like I said, Bryant is cheap for 2 additional seasons. But I don't know. That's just I'm leaning I'm like 50-50 between buy and sell.
Bryant would be an interesting piece in Arizona. Of course, then again, we're Arizona. Everything sounds interesting here. Like, really? somebody good might play here that we didn't just sort of accidentally create out of thin air? I mean, a long time ago, we had free agents here. That was many years ago. There they are. Kurt and Randy. It's about all we ever get.
But it should be fun the second half regardless. I mean, that NL Central is so clusterfuck. Like I'm on my edge of my seat watching every game, like I'm tuning in every night.
You're throwing chairs.
Yeah, throwing chairs, checking scoreboards.
I mean, just between watching like the texts and the conversations you and Nate have, and just being fly on the wall for that stuff. You guys are like spewing blasphemy. You're dropping F-bombs. The Reverend is dropping F-bombs, like all this stuff.
Oh yeah, because we know that this team, like, okay, they are flawed. They're not perfect. They're not 2016 team. But they should be better than they've been, and statistically, it shows that as well. I think they're now 5 games over 500, but their expected win-loss, which is mathematical math, is 12 games over 500. So it's not like we're totally ridiculous in thinking that they should be playing better.
Right. Well, I mean, I guess, yeah, like you said, it'll be interesting to see what gets done. I mean, at least we got a couple of winning teams in the conversation here. I can chime in for Evan, who left us abruptly, but, again, he's in the middle of the ocean. He's got the Antilles time or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he, as a Toronto fan, I mean, he was, before we started the broadcast tonight, he was dropping shit all over most Toronto fans, just because he's like, I fucking hate blue. He's going on about these Blue Jay fans who are like, I'm not watching. Like, fucking team sucks. And he's like, what that? And then you're just gonna, as soon as they're good, you're gonna be like, but you didn't. In the meantime, you don't know who Bo Bichette is yet. You barely know anything about Vlad Ito,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so all these Toronto fans, I guess, barely know the depth of the prospects for that team, which is, that's kind of sad, baby.
They got decent prospects.
Well, that's what I'm saying, and that's why Evan's like, well, what the fuck? If you're a Blue Jays fan, you should be like looking at that, thinking, all right, we suck, but we know it's coming.
Yeah.
Not everyone is into it like we are, bro.
That's true.
Yeah. They don't see, like, Oh, wait, isn't Caven? Yeah, he's doing well, isn't he?
Doing well enough.
Yeah, they see the cover of the book.
Yeah.
While we delve into the cover of the book, and we delve into the book, we know about the guys coming up.
Yeah. What do they got? What's some other guys? They got Jordan Groshans waiting in the wings. Like, they got some dudes.
Yeah.
Klopfenstein, whatever his name is. They got some guys. Pardino.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
They have a couple of good pitchers. I can't think of their names.
Yeah, Klopfenstein and Pardino are probably the top 2.
I mean, and they're a few minutes away, but
yeah, they're a heartbeat away. But who cares? Like, the Jays are going to be good for a while.
But their future looks brighter than the Mets. Baltimore, they're fucking horrible.
Yeah, Baltimore's got they got it rough.
Who they have? Mountcastle. Who else did they have?
About it.
Rushman.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't know who they took this year. I'm trying to think if they had any. Was it okay? Yeah, not too good. Now Bronny, who was joining us earlier, the Axeman. He's not with us right now, but he's a Tampa Bay Rays fan. I suppose if he was the GM, they'd be idling and tanking consistently forever.
Yeah,
like they'd never have their new stadium built because. But no, he's what do you if you're a Tampa Bay fan, like you're complaining Snell hasn't been that good this year.
I mean, mostly bad luck.
But outside of that, you're just waiting for like one. I mean, you're just waiting. Like it just keeps coming. The depth of the organization, it's just like get it all over my face, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they already have Lau and Lowe up. Of course, Lau's on the DL, but
yeah, Lau, Lowe, and Lou.
Yeah, Franco, Bruhan, fucking McKay got sent down. Holby back.
Yeah, too bad. He got his 4 at bats or whatever, right?
Yeah, I was actually at that game. I saw him making that debut.
Even Nick Solak is interesting.
Yes, he is. Oh, that's who you put your fucking bid on, isn't it? When you're talking about minor league players out there today, huh?
No, I did not.
Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me, Cubby.
I'm not lying.
Now I got to hit that waiver wire. I don't know.
No.
$301, Bob.
No, I was gonna say Cubby will put 302.
Well, then I'm going up to 303.
No, Cubby robbed me of, I forget who it was. I posted 200, I think, and he fucking took him at 201.
Always got to kick a buck. Always got to kick a buck. One
fucking mad. But what happens if it's a tie?
Then it goes to default waiver. Yeah.
Order.
Watch my last video. Watch my last video. All right, so if you don't know what kind of free agent acquisition bidding stuff we're talking about is here, I didn't maybe do the best explanation last time around, but check my last video. It says kick a buck in the little picture frame. And it explains how we do our waiver wire and free agency. And I guess the best way you could describe it if you're just a casual fan or a public league fan, it's kind of like a football league, but every day there's waivers and they turn over. So it is like the free agency. Everybody's got the same chance at the player though. So, all right, I got to get this player. So you all put in the same dollar amount and then it's like, well, crap, who wins? Well, it goes to that standard waiver, like reverse order of the draft. The other thing we do is what is it? What's the dude's last name? Cubby? Vickery. Okay. Yeah, I always fuck that up. But the Vickery bidding system is why when I bid $301 for Andrew Miller last night, that turned into $0 because I had nobody else bid and I had top waiver. So I got him for nothing. So it's pretty fair. So and then again, in that case, if I had bid 301 and somebody bid like $65, I only would have paid I would have paid 65. So that's a pretty concise explanation of it. And if you don't do that in your leagues, I mean, again, it took a little bit of getting used to, I think, for some of our managers, but generally, I think.
Like I said, my lazy argument for it is if that guy's bidding or his bidding system is good enough to win a Nobel Prize, it's good enough for our leagues. Yeah,
we're kind of Nobel worthy, just a little bit. I don't know.
I'm still not used to it, bro.
Well, again, it's just you're on with your work schedule being what it is. It's tough for you.
Yeah.
But generally, I mean, basically just get in. You've got until 3 a.m. your time, 3 a.m. East Coast time. We can always change it. Yeah, well, all right, but up until that point, somewhere on your phone or on your lunch break or right before you go to work, however you want to, you know what I mean? That's when you kick in your bid.
I barely have chance to be on my phone on my lunch. I have a half hour, but sometimes it takes me 5 minutes to get to the goddamn lunchroom.
Well, fair.
So I'm shoving a damn sandwich in my mouth.
Well, and that's that sucks. But the one thing about that, though, I'll give that to you, is that if it were just standard free agency, the way we used to have, you'd be even more fucked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No shot. Nate Dogg would be scooping everybody.
Yeah, it'd be like
he did last year. He kept grabbing all the goddamn relievers.
Yeah, it would be Nathan, it would be Cubby, it would be me, it would be J Money. I mean, we haven't seen a lot of JD so far. I mean, I'm still waiting for something out of him. But I mean, we'll see. The acquisition bidding, as much as it sucks with your work schedule, Jose, it still is probably the fairest way to give you a chance at that top call up or whatever it happens to be.
Listen to this. This is funny. The Mets Phillies played, right? I guess I don't know what happened, if Arrieta plunked Frazier or what happened, but Arrieta was quoted saying, "Frazier's not happy about it. He can come see me. I'll put a dent in his skull."
Nice. I'll put a dent in his skull. I love it. Now that's getting business done.
Yeah.
Well, looks like we lost Jose. I don't know if it was because of the bidding process or whatever. And apparently, Yeah, I was gonna say it's getting late for the East Coasters out there. I don't see any league chat, unfortunately, or not league chat, but YouTube chat, and it could be because I started the video later than it was scheduled. So my apologies for that. I mean, I don't know. Is there anything else we should cover, you guys, or you want to wrap it up? I know it's late for you guys. We could go through our teams, look at the leagues, all that stuff. I wish we had questions to answer or something, pithy. Nobody really likes to see somebody else's team unless you're like one of those kids on YouTube that likes to watch people talk about this is my Minecraft.
Yeah.
No,
I'm good. I don't got anything.
Well, all right.
Making moves right now, but not like anything significant. I'm just going through my team set in the last while.
Tighten them up. That's what we got to do. I mean, that's what we're doing. So yeah, I mean, if your fantasy baseball season's about to hit that pause button because of the All-Star break, tighten the screws. Do what you got to do. Look and see who you're chasing.
Hunter Renfroe just hit his 27th home run.
Holy shit!
He could be a trade candidate, possibly.
Jesus, this juice ball this year, man, that is something else.
I saw like old man yelling at a cloud, but it's just devalued so many. It's just devalued home runs, big time.
I mean,
I'm like, well, you have 20. So do you, 80.
You and you. You've got 20. You've got 20. I mean, I was going through my lineup.
I don't know how many times I've read this type of tweet. Such and such is on pace for a career high in home runs.
And what's worse is when you go to your team, you're like, oh man, this guy's got like a 4.4 ERA. I might want to replace him. You go to the wire. Wait, everybody else has 5s and 6s.
Yeah. You got to adjust because I think league average ERA is right around there, like 4.5.
Yeah. No,
So
I mean,
if you got a guy with like a 4.1, you're like, woo, you're above average.
Yeah. No, I mean, geez, now, I mean, it's been a short little burst here, but like when guys like Chris Archer all of a sudden are starting to kind of have some appeal, finally after many, many years now, it seems like you're like, wow, that's very high ERA and very inefficient ratios that I guess now everybody has. So if you are lucky enough to have one of those or some of those pitchers with clean ratios, enjoy. I mean, right? Like, it's rare.
One of those few. Sonny Gray's been added to the NL All Star team.
Okay.
Nice little bounce back year for him.
Yeah. Sonny. Oh, we got Jose back. How's it going, buddy? Without we lost you there for a minute. What's the fight? What? You give us a fight update. What's going on in UFC? Anybody get knocked out yet?
No, the main event didn't start yet.
Okay. Well, we were thinking we'd wind it down. We're trying to think of something good to end on. I mean, we're pretty wrapped up here, I think, for the most part. I mean, again, football's coming up. I don't know if you guys are Jose. You're going to do some football, right?
Yeah, but you're gonna have to change the drafts to Saturday. I can't do Sundays anymore because I have to work Sundays.
Okay, yeah, I don't have a problem with the Saturday draft. I mean, we'll see, as far as the FSAA type drafts are concerned. I mean, I don't know how many takers we're going to have this year. Like, I don't know if we're going to have a J Money or a JD. I mean, Andrew, you kind of just casually do it to do it. Cubby, you're probably not even interested at this point.
Really. I think I'm down to 0 now.
Yeah, I mean, you could, you might, you probably won't. And even if you did, it'd be like just out of courtesy to me, probably, which is fine. I don't know who else. Like we a lot of guys we used to have, like Keenan and trying to think who else. Was it Blue? I mean, there's a lot of guys that aren't doing football anymore. Or just aren't even around. We haven't heard from Keenan in almost a year.
Oh,
so I mean, Keenan, if you're out there, man, hit us up. Come back from the dead. Send me an email. Tweet at us. He said he lurked on Twitter somewhere, but I mean, really, if you're doing any of our leagues, the best place to be is on Twitter. That's the easiest way to get in touch with any of us, right? I mean, if you're not doing Twitter, what are you doing? I mean, Facebook, throw it in the garbage, whatever. You don't need it. Instagram, who cares, right? Yeah. Snapchat, if you're looking for somebody to hook up with, sure. But really, if you want to talk sports and get micro news and information, Twitter. So, yeah, I don't know. We operate on a Twitter-based system. Yeah. But yeah, again, we like to try to do these, late night hangouts, these general hangouts. If you like the idea of it, you want to jump in and chat, you got a topic, we always try to open up the floor if we can. Have as many addicts in here making noise, clanking and banging around, making drinks.
Yeah, what the hell are you doing?
It's making a drink, baby.
My bad.
He's fixing a drink or
Making a drink.
He's fixing a drink.
I hear all kinds of pots.
Well, I was going to say he's fixing a drink or taking a shit. One of the two. There's only two options for this guy.
I hear all kinds of pots and pans and shit.
That's probably the porcelain being punished. First time he ever did a live stream. First time ever for Cubby. This is his claim to fame. All of a sudden, I don't even remember what live stream was, a long time ago. But he pops in and he's hanging out, he's talking, and he stops. He doesn't even realize he's sitting there dropping a deuce right there on his phone, just having a sports conversation with the guys. And I'm on camera. No big deal. That's a true story. Go back and find it. But yeah, otherwise, if you like the idea of this, feel free to hop in. You can, hit the chat too. Just watch from the sidelines. That's always cool. Be sure to subscribe, thumbs up, hit the little bell so you get the notifications when I'm doing another video, or we're doing another video, if you will. And it's always hard to find that.
Whatever happened to that young kid that is also a Cardinals fan? He talked to us a few times. I
think his name was Dan. I don't know. We never heard from him again. I mean, that's the nature of YouTube. You pick people up and they taper off. I don't know. Who knows? I mean, he was an interesting kid. He had a lot to say, but I think his niche was more, memorabilia trading and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Same thing with Lee. We had Lee in here a couple of times, and Lee's more content to run his own YouTube channels and stuff. So that's all good.
I don't know who that is.
Lee?
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Regicidal. You don't remember him? Okay. Anyway, he only did the side leagues. He wasn't in any of the main leagues or the FS stuff. Well, I think he did the redraft stuff mostly, but he wasn't in any of the dynasty.
That must have been before I came, because I never heard of that man.
No, I think you guys were around at the same time. It doesn't matter. But yeah, check out Regicidal, Cardicidal if you ever want. He's good on YouTube. But yeah, I mean, do all the YouTube stuff. Keep us going. We totally appreciate the support, if you will. And comment. Hit us up on Twitter individually. Andrew, you are at FantasyAid1, correct?
Yep.
Okay. And, of course, Cubby, who writes for FFO Fantasy Front Office. He is at... Oh, where is he? Where's Andrew?
Cubby, no. What are you doing, baby?
Yeah, where's James? I'm confused.
Right here.
All right. At CUBBYNOLE.
That is correct.
That's correct. You have spelled it properly. And then, of course, Jose, you are at Jets Infinity, all lowercase. And Infinity is with an I, not a Y.
Yeah. Lowercase.
And I have alerted the people to this properly. And now, of course, my own Twitter handle is at letter F, letter S, the word double, letter A, FSAA. Please hit us up. We appreciate it. And we're going to close with all things good. Yeah, we also have a website that's non-functioning, but you can go to fantasysportsaddicts.com. But I want to get it fixed so we can have these text chats, right? Remember when everybody would come and go and would just bullshit randomly on a weeknight?
Aggressively.
Yeah, I think I should get that website back. So anybody who knows how to do a website, just quick and dirty, hit me up. I'm lost. WordPress is pressing my words.
Yeah.
But anyways, fantasy gods, please grant me the serenity to get a great haircut set my ideal lineups, the courage to add drop aggressively, the wisdom, most importantly at this time of year, to make good fucking trades. Okay, thank you for watching. Again, Twitter at letter F, letter S, we're double, letter F is double A. Send us your questions. Be happy to answer, and join us for our next hangout, whatever that is. Thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell, comment. We'll see you next time.
See you when I see you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Cubby,
Later.
thank you for joining. Jose, thank you for joining.
No
Andrew,
problem.
also. We'll see you guys next time.
Peace.
Peace.